He tried to warn you, Rapunzel. You have to be careful who you trust.
Tangled 2 is imagined as a vibrant, emotional, and visually breathtaking continuation of Rapunzel's story, expanding the world introduced in the first film while deepening its characters, themes, and sense of adventure. Rather than simply repeating the charm of the original, this sequel is envisioned as a more mature and layered tale that explores identity, responsibility, and the meaning of freedom after dreams have already come true. The movie positions itself as both a fairy tale adventure and a heartfelt coming-of-age story, showing that happily ever after is not an ending, but the beginning of new challenges. At the heart of Tangled 2 is Rapunzel's life after becoming the rightful princess of Corona. While she is loved by the people and surrounded by beauty and celebration, the story emphasizes that returning to the palace does not automatically mean inner peace. Rapunzel struggles with seeing herself as more than the girl who lived in a tower. The expectations placed upon her as a future queen feel overwhelming, and despite her natural optimism, she begins to question whether the life she dreamed of truly matches who she has become. This emotional conflict gives the sequel a more introspective tone while maintaining the warmth and humor fans love. The relationship between Rapunzel and Eugene is a central pillar of the movie. Their love remains strong, playful, and deeply supportive, but it is also tested by the realities of royal life. Eugene, once a carefree thief, now finds himself navigating court etiquette and responsibilities he never imagined. While he tries his best to fit in, he often feels out of place, creating moments of humor as well as genuine emotional tension. Their dynamic highlights the theme that love requires growth, compromise, and understanding, not just romance. The imagined plot introduces a new mystery connected to Rapunzel's past and the magic that once defined her. Strange events begin occurring beyond the kingdom's borders, including disturbances in nature and rumors of ancient forces awakening. These events seem tied to remnants of the same magic that once gave Rapunzel her golden hair. When Rapunzel's hair shows subtle signs of reacting to this distant power, she realizes that her story with magic may not be finished yet. As Rapunzel investigates these events, she is faced with a difficult choice between staying safely within the walls of Corona or venturing once again into the unknown. This decision mirrors her journey in the first film but carries a different emotional weight. She is no longer sheltered and naive. She is aware of danger, loss, and responsibility. Choosing to leave is not about curiosity alone, but about protecting her kingdom and understanding her true purpose. The supporting cast returns with expanded roles. Pascal remains Rapunzel's loyal companion, providing both comedic moments and emotional comfort. Maximus continues to balance his duty with his soft spot for Eugene and Rapunzel, often acting as both protector and friend. The people of Corona are shown more prominently, reinforcing Rapunzel's connection to her kingdom and her desire to be a ruler who truly understands her people rather than ruling from a distance. New characters are introduced to challenge Rapunzel in ways she has never experienced before. These include individuals who understand ancient magic, travelers who have seen the world beyond Corona, and antagonistic forces who believe magic should be controlled or exploited. These characters are not portrayed as purely evil, but as driven by their own beliefs and fears, adding moral complexity to the story. Their presence forces Rapunzel to confront uncomfortable truths about power and responsibility. The tone of Tangled 2 balances adventure and emotion. Action sequences are colorful and imaginative, filled with clever escapes, daring journeys, and magical encounters. At the same time, quieter moments allow characters to reflect, question themselves, and grow. Rapunzel's internal struggle is shown through intimate conversations, thoughtful silences, and symbolic imagery, such as light and shadow representing her hopes and doubts. Music plays an important role in the imagined sequel. New songs are envisioned to capture Rapunzel's emotional journey, from hopeful anthems about responsibility and change to softer ballads about fear and self-discovery. Eugene's musical moments lean toward humor and heartfelt honesty, reflecting his journey from outsider to partner and protector. Ensemble songs involving the people of Corona reinforce themes of unity and shared destiny. As the story progresses, Rapunzel uncovers the truth about the lingering magic and its connection to her own identity. She learns that magic is not something to fear or erase, but something that must be understood and respected. This realization becomes the emotional core of the film, emphasizing that running from one's past does not bring freedom, but accepting it does. Rapunzel's growth is shown not through gaining more power, but through gaining wisdom and confidence in her choices. The climax of Tangled 2 is imagined as an emotionally charged confrontation where Rapunzel must choose between sacrificing part of herself or risking the safety of others. This moment tests everything she has learned, forcing her to act not as a girl chasing freedom, but as a leader making a difficult decision. Eugene's support during this moment highlights the strength of their bond, showing that love does not mean shielding someone from pain, but standing beside them through it. Rather than ending with a simple victory, the resolution focuses on balance and understanding. The threat is addressed, but not without consequences. Rapunzel emerges changed, more grounded and self-assured, ready to embrace her role without losing her adventurous spirit. Eugene finds his place not by conforming, but by being true to who he is while supporting Rapunzel's path. Release date discussions imagine Tangled 2 as a major, animated event designed to appeal to both longtime fans and a new generation. The timing is envisioned to take advantage of family audiences, while also attracting viewers who grew up with the original film and are now ready for a more emotionally mature continuation. The movie is positioned as a celebration of legacy and growth rather than a simple nostalgia-driven sequel. Trailer information for Tangled 2 is imagined as visually rich and emotionally inviting. Early teasers focus on Rapunzel's inner conflict, her connection to magic, and glimpses of breathtaking new locations. Later trailers reveal humor, action, and musical moments while carefully avoiding major plot revelations. The emphasis remains on wonder, heart, and the promise of a deeper story. Visually, the movie is imagined as a step forward in animation quality, with enhanced lighting, fluid movement, and richly detailed environments. Corona is brighter and more alive than ever, while new locations introduce darker tones and mystical visuals that contrast with the warmth of home. Rapunzel's expressions and body language are given particular attention, allowing her emotional journey to be felt as strongly as it is heard. Overall, Tangled 2 is imagined as a beautiful, heartfelt sequel that honors the spirit of the original while allowing its characters to grow. It is a story about discovering who you are after the dream comes true, about learning that freedom and responsibility can coexist, and about choosing your path even when it is uncertain. By combining adventure, romance, humor, and emotional depth, Tangled 2 aims to deliver a magical experience that feels familiar yet refreshingly new, leaving audiences inspired long after the final scene fades.